Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today we are talking 2024's Abigail, which was directed by Matt Bertinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, also known as Radio Silence. I'm your co-host Alec.
And Eric, no guest today. I'm okay
Yep.
with that.
Yeah, it's sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but today we don't.
Yeah,
So now we're talking a new movie came out not even 2 years ago. Direct,
2024. Yeah.
yeah, directed by the same guys that did Scream. They did the Scream
hmm
2022 and Scream 6. They also did a VHS segment in the first VHS film, and they also did Ready or Not, that series. I've never seen that series, but they're pretty good, man. I enjoyed Scream 5 and 6, decent amount. But is this your first? You haven't seen any of the Screams
I
Ready or
haven't
Not?
seen any Screams since I think three or four.
Yes,
Three. So
right.
but this movie, dude, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Fun ride, right?
It was good. I liked it too. Yeah. I didn't like love
Yeah,
it.
there's no love,
I
but I liked it.
kind of wish it wasn't as funny as it was. I think it would have been
Really?
I think it would have been better if it was straight horror and not horror comedy.
Huh.
I thought there were a few funny moments, but you know what, dude, this movie felt like fucking like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like
You know
that
what? It
that
reminded me of like Clue or like a Knives Out in some ways, like
yeah.
Knives Out horror.
Yeah, this is the Radio Silence guys. They love doing movies in massive mansions, and that's what this movie is. And I just thought the guy from Lost, Kimi or whatever, dude, he just reminded me of Batista from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Like that was just his character, just like a big tough guy who like you're stupid, like it's just kind of like a dumb big
That's
idiot.
funny. I think he was in the second Knives Out too, so that's kind of
Oh.
probably where I compared it. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's got a great cast. I mean, the cast is really good. The chemistry was really good. Everybody brought something different to the movie, so it didn't feel like all the characters were the same. The twists, I've never seen this movie, but I knew the twist before I even saw it. Did you know anything about this?
I mean, no, but then you told me last week it's a vampire movie, so that twist kind of
You
appeared
didn't know
before me.
that?
No, no,
I
I
had
didn't
never
know.
seen this movie. I didn't like know anything about it,
No,
and they ruin it in the trailer. They give it all away in the
I never saw
trailer.
the trailer. Never saw the
Uh,
trailer. I just I looked up like, you know, what I've been looking up for the wheel is just the best, most recent horror films, and I Google and I see, and something poked my eye about this, like caught my eye about this one, poked my eye, caught my eye about this one, where I kind of want to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those like I feel like Megan and this like really bled together in my mind where I'm like, okay, it's like a killer girl and it's like a name like Megan, Abigail, and they're little girls that kill. And I was like, and they
There's a
came out
lot of
around.
that.
Yeah, but this movie's different. It is good. Like I did like this movie. I'm just not like wow. I think it started off slow and then I really started liking it towards the end. I feel like the second act and the third act saved the movie for me, but the first act I was like, it just feels like a generic like Amazon Prime action movie. Like I don't know. Um, but then it did start to really pick up. But that's the thing, man. Like you don't even find out she's a vampire for the first like hour, and the movie's like an hour and like
At
45 minutes
least
long.
I feel like, yeah.
So I feel like they should have got to that way faster. And then, yeah. So basically, like a little brief overview, and we'll get into the movie. But like, it starts off where it's like a group of like mercenaries are being like they have to kidnap this girl who's like some billionaire's daughter and they're going to bring her to this house and they need to protect her and then somebody's going to come pick her up or whatever. So everybody's meeting in the beginning. You got like Melissa Barrera, that guy from Lost. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's in it, and a couple other people I didn't recognize. I think it's not McKenna Grace, Mackenzie something. I don't know, some blonde actress who's hot right now. So there's a big group of them. They're all kind of coming together. They're like a ragtag sort of bullshit team. You got the computer specialist, you've got the tough muscle guy, you've got the guy putting it all together. Frank is kind of like the mastermind behind everything. And Melissa Barrera's character is like, I don't know what her specialty is, medics maybe? I don't know. But anyways, so the first like 20 minutes. I wasn't really into it. I was
It
just
was
like,
introductions mostly, and they were all given nicknames. What were the nicknames? Do you remember?
yeah, they're all Rat Pack
Rat
names.
Pack, like
Yeah.
Frankie, yeah,
Frank
Frank
and
Sinatra,
there's
not Frankie Valli, Frank Sinatra, Don Rickles, stuff like
yeah.
that.
And
Yeah,
and that's the thing. That joke really reminded
the
me of
Rickles
Guardians.
joke.
Yeah, he's just like, "Where's Wrinkles?" And I was like, "Okay, Batista, calm down." Like,
Yeah,
so there was like, yeah, so anyways, they're all named. It's like Reservoir Dogs. It's like, "You're Mr. Frank, you're Mr.,
yeah.
whatever."
Which
So,
we love a good movie that does that. Where it, besides aside from that, like I don't even know these characters' names. If they didn't do that, I'd be so lost. Like who's
yeah.
who?
I mean, they honestly do a pretty good job of killing most of them off pretty quick. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
there's like the one like drug addict kind of kid.
Angus Cloud. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
guess he died in real life. And
Yes, he did, and he was big in Euphoria. I watched Euphoria, and Euphoria ends in season two. He died after season two. I think after production, like during post production of this, he passed away.
yeah.
But season three, Euphoria is coming out, and I'm just so curious what they're gonna do with his character because his character becomes major, like with Zendaya and all that. So I'm a fan of Euphoria. So I know you've never watched it, right?
I watched a couple episodes of work
He's
and I was
good.
like,
He's a
so
good.
it's about drug addict teenagers having sex. I was like, I don't think it's for me.
Um,
I don't know. I was just like, it's not really, I don't think I'm the demographic for
no,
that.
we're not. We're not. We're the old folk watching it. But no, it's interesting to see what the youths are up to these days and what they're watching. And yeah, Euphoria is a good watch. And Angus Cloud was great in that show, and I think he was pretty good in this. And same fucking character as Euphoria, like the Mac Miller style, like drug, yo, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if I'd want to hang out with him in real life, but he's fun to watch, I guess. But
yeah,
yeah,
he
he
was
was
found
just,
in a restaurant too. They some casting person saw him in a restaurant, and that's how he got his gig. So
yeah, yeah.
give it to him. But yeah, real sad what happened to him with drug addiction. So
Yeah, so he's one of the characters. He's the first one that gets knocked off. There's also the Rickles guy who's
yeah,
former military. He gets killed really early too.
I didn't like
Um,
his death. I thought his death was so
yeah,
cheap. His death was the
nah,
worst. The Rickles death with the neck and all that. I'm like, oh, come on.
yeah, it's pretty confusing. But so basically, the whole ragtag team is together. They capture Abigail. They take her out of her home. They inject her with this like
Sedator.
serum,
Yep.
knocks her out. They bring her to this other mansion, and they put her in a bedroom. And they're like, "Okay, you're in the bedroom. That's it." And then they're all kind of talking, and they meet with oh God, what's his name from Breaking Bad? Oh my God, Giancarlo
Yep.
Esposito, and he's like, "This is the house where you're keeping them," or whatever. And you're like, "Okay." So he's involved too. He's like facilitating all of this kidnapping and stuff. So, anyways, as far as we know, there's nothing going on. They're just literally in a big mansion, locking this little girl in a room, waiting for the pickup to happen, and they're all chilling in the room, and they're kind of like, yeah, I don't know, going back and forth with each other. It's like, I can tell, I know who you are. You're military. I know who you are. You're a drug addict. I know, and they're all just like kind of trying to figure out who each other are,
Yeah.
basically. And it's fine, it's just kind of back and forth. I mean, here's the thing. I will say this. I know you haven't seen the new Scream movies, but the lead actress in this, Melissa Barrera, is the lead actress in 5 and 6. And people were giving her shit for her acting. I think she's freaking great. I think she's
Yeah.
a great actress. I thought she was great in this. I thought she's great in Scream. And she's not in Scream 7 because like political bullshit,
Right.
but she's a great actress, and I'm really excited to see what happens with her career. But she's the lead in this movie, and she also has a little girl or son. She's a son, and she's a former drug addict, military, and she's kind of the person that's talking to Abigail. Abigail, the little girl, is locked up in the bedroom, and Melissa Barrera keeps going back and forth and like talking to her and making sure she's okay, sort of thing. And they start to form a little bit of like a relationship, kind of. It's like
Yeah.
a captor captee relationship. And then I'm trying to think of like the first inciting incident. I think it's when the Euphoria kid gets killed. I think that's like the first big thing.
Yeah, they kill him off first, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he like is just walking around in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden his head is just decapitated, and they find him, and they're just like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck happened to him? and they're walking around, they're looking around, they think each other did it, they don't know what's happening because they don't know anything's going on at this point. And the Frank guy, like the lead guy with the glasses, he's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So he's once they figure out who this daughter is, it's like some guy named like Lazarus or something, or some L name that's like crazy. Um, I can't remember. But that once they find out, like, oh shit, that's your dad, they're like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. It's like they
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out. And can we spoil it now? Like, who's her dad? Who's her
her,
daddy?
her dad is this like evil vampire. It's Dracula,
Is it
basically.
Dracula? Is it Alucard? Or
It's just supposed to be a vampire that's been
very
around.
ambiguous, but I think that's Dracula's daughter, Abigail.
Maybe, yeah, it could be. I mean, they never explicitly say Dracula, but I mean, they said
Probably
if
because they
his
couldn't legally, but you're under the assumption like, oh, that's Dracula,
it's
right?
this guy's been around for hundreds of years at least, and I mean more maybe, but Abigail says it's been a couple
That's
centuries.
what got me to like this movie was the ending with that. But I mean, just Dracula having a daughter is kind of a cool concept. A
The movie
little
picks
girl.
up. The movie picks
It
up
does.
towards like the like 70% of the
Right,
movie. Then
right.
it's like, damn, this is sick. But the
Yeah.
first like hour, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's a lot of like getting to know the mercenaries and the names and hearing
Getting
their
to know them,
backstories.
and then they get killed like 10 minutes
Right,
later. So I'm like, why
right.
did we didn't even need this? Just like have like
Yeah.
less
No,
mercenaries
it's just
and just
make
have
it
the vampires start earlier. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so they kill the Angus kid. They find him. They all start freaking out. They find out that Abigail's dad is like, I think his name is Lazarus. I'm pretty
something
sure.
like that. Something like that. Yes, yeah.
And they're like, we can't, like, I'm not working here if this, that guy or whatever.
Because
So
that main guy, Frank, you said, yeah, Lazar's the
Dracula.
the dad
Yeah.
of Abigail.
Yeah.
But what's the main guy's name again? Frank, was it? The with
Frank
the
with the glasses.
glasses.
Yeah, that's Frank.
So that
And
guy must know who he is to some extent,
well, yeah,
right?
because they talk about they're
Yeah.
like that they're like we found out that the last people that he killed, he like drained all their blood, like decapitated them and like left them in a hotel room. They're like, I'm not messing around with this guy. Like we're out of
Yeah,
here.
that's like the equivalent of like, hey, Don Corleone's coming. It's like I'm out.
Or
You
yeah,
know,
like
like
this is Pablo Escobar's daughter.
Scarface is coming. I'm leaving. I don't want
Yeah.
to be here. So that's
Yeah.
like kind of the like mob thing, the mercenary vibe he's giving out. Like I don't want to be around Lazar.
Yeah. So then at this point, everybody's kind of like on edge because there's a dead body. They know that Abigail is like a very, very important person's
Important.
daughter.
Yes.
So they're like, all right, like nobody trusts anybody. But then Rickles and the lead, Joey, is Melissa Barrera's character. They have a moment where they're like, "You're military, right?" And it's like, "Yeah, I could tell." And it's like, "All right, we need to like really like lock this place down and take care of this like right now, or else something bad might happen." And then Rickles basically turns around, walks down the hallway, and then immediately gets killed. And you're like, "What happened?" And his like neck and face are like torn off, and he's just dead. And you're like, shit. So she's Melissa Brerer's like, holy shit, I don't know what's going on here. She runs back downstairs. Everybody's meeting together at this point, and now there's only I think
Four
four
or
or
five.
five. There's
Yeah.
five now. It's the blonde girl, Melissa Barrera, the guy from Lost, and Frank.
Frank.
So four. There's only four left, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, none of them trust each other, and they go into Abigail's room and they're basically like, "Who's your fucking dad?" Like sort of thing. And he's just like, "I don't know, I don't know." And then she just like turns into a vampire face, like, ah! And she just like jumps and starts like fighting them, and they're punching her and hitting her, and like she's a ballerina too.
I love that part of it. I love
Yeah,
that part of it.
so she can like jump around, do flips, all this stuff. And she's been it's like the interview of the vampire. It's like Kirsten Dunst, where it's like she was
Pretty much.
bit
Yeah.
as a little girl. So now she looks like a little girl, but she's hundreds of years old. So she's like the perfect ballerina, like prodigy, like anybody that meets her. But it's really risky if she ever went into public because people are gonna be like, she's the best fucking ballerina in the world. And then all of a sudden, like 3 years later, it's like, why isn't she aging? Like what is, so she can't
That,
go.
but she's also very smart because she has so much age behind her.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, because she never does the dancing in public, she always just does it in her room and she's
Yep.
dancing, and it's always Swan Lake, I think, that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
which whatever. But she can't go to public because if she's like, I want dad, I want to go be a professional ballerina, she won't grow. So
Yeah, it's like it's
people,
like
yeah,
it's like Michael Phelps winning the Olympics and then 40 years later he
he's
shows up to
still,
the Olympics again. It's like that doesn't work.
yeah, and also like can always never go outside during the day and stuff like that. But yeah. So here's the thing that I don't understand. Maybe I missed this. The second Abigail freaks out and she starts attacking everybody and doing flips
I
and
love that
punching.
with the balance beam on the stairs. Oh,
No, it was
great
great.
shot, great shot.
But the second that the four humans that survive, they leave the room. They run downstairs like, we got a fucking vampire up there.
Let's get
No,
out, right?
how did they know it was a vampire? I wouldn't immediately think vampire. I think
I
like
think the
demon or
fangs
something.
gave it away. Who said that? Was that Frank who said it?
It's one, they immediately, the second they walk out of the room, she's a fucking vampire. There's a vampire. What do we know about vampires? And I was
I
like,
mean,
how do you guys know that's a vampire? Dude, if I
I
saw
think I'd
like
call her that too if I saw
I'd say
that person.
demon. I'd be like
Demon
this
or yeah,
this girl with all she doesn't have two fangs. She's got a
it's all
mouthful of
fangs. Yeah.
fangs. She's doing backflips and jumping around. I'd be like, okay, this girl's possessed by the devil. I wouldn't be like, that is a vampire. Go get some garlic and holy water. I'd be like, we just need to they shoot her in the head and they
Yeah.
shoot her right in the head and she goes down and then she gets right up and she's like, ah. So I'd think like she was a demon or like a zombie or something like that. My brain would not immediately go to vampire, but they do. And then the other
Mm.
thing is, so they immediately are like, okay, go get garlic, go get holy water, go get crosses, all this stuff. None of it works. So then I
Well,
would
that
also,
was probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie too, where like someone goes to get garlic and they come back with a bag of onions. I like that. That made me laugh. It's
how
like those are fucking
dumb.
onions.
That girl's like 27. You don't know what fucking garlic is?
Should work the same way, right? That's my like. Come on, they both make you cry or something, you know?
I don't know why garlic is specific to vampires, but
Yeah.
they bring garlic out, it does nothing. They have the cross, it does nothing. So I'm like, all right, so she is a vampire? Like, all
I
right.
don't. I think you might be onto something where it's like more than a vampire. Maybe whoever Dracula's wife is could be a demon. I don't know.
I don't know, because she's
Or the
more.
mother of his child, not the
Yeah, we never
wife.
meet the mom.
No. So maybe that has something to do with why she's not the stereotypical two fangs in the canines, you know?
Yeah, and then I did like though later in the movie, like she's able to like possess people that she bites if she doesn't like bite them. Actually, I love the line at the end. Into it more, but that line where she's just like, "You got to be a vampire a long time before you can do the cool shit," and I was like, "Oh,
I
that's
like
pretty
that.
cool."
I like
Yeah,
that
that was a
shit.
cool
Yeah.
line. But anyway, so we'll get into the ending because I liked it, and there's one thing I'm like, "What the fuck?" But
Okay.
so at this point, yeah, they're all getting ready. They're like, we got to fight this vampire. So we've got guns, we got stakes. Now we're going to try and stab it in her heart. Nothing else is working. So this is something I didn't really understand either. The blonde girl, she's like, I'm going to go look for like onions or whatever. And she just goes down to like the pool and she falls into the pool, which is just
Dead
full of
bodies.
corpses. Okay.
Dead
Eric,
bodies.
Eric, Eric.
Alex,
Dead human bodies smell
Alex.
so bad.
You
Okay.
you know that house would
That house
reek for
you would smell it
miles.
from down the road.
Miles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like down the town, dude.
That is like probably 100 dead bodies in a pool just rotting in one room. That whole property is fucked.
And I'd have to look at the air duct system and
No,
see if no.
no, there's nothing, dude. There's nothing.
Yeah, yeah, that makes you think like anyone passing by, any neighbor, like that is rancid.
But just like, even why do that? Like, it's not like she's like, I'll save it for a snack for later. It's like, just like you already sucked their blood. Like, just burn the bodies. Why are you
But
keeping it in
isn't
your
that the
pool?
point of this whole thing is that like, hey, we're gonna feed Abigail. We're gonna get these mercenaries, make it fun for her, right? Is that the
Yeah.
idea
It
of what we're
definitely is. Yeah. The whole thing is this is Abigail because the father doesn't have time for her, doesn't want to spend time with her. So
makes it
he's like,
fun?
yeah, he's like, I'll just hire mercenaries and she'll have fun and kill them. And then, that's what she'll do or whatever because she can't leave the house. So yeah. So, anyways, at this point now, they're basically just kind of running around the house looking. They keep splitting up too, which I'm just like, stop
Yeah, it was
splitting
Scooby-Doo.
up.
It was so
They
Scooby-Doo.
just kept every scene. They're like, you want me to go
You
alone?
go
It's
that
like,
way.
yeah.
I'll go this way. I'll go with Daphne and Velma. You go off on your own.
It was a lot of people going, separating or whatever. And then they do capture Abigail. They figure out, hey, we have the serum or whatever
Right. They realized like, hey, what worked?
Yeah.
the sedation worked. So let's do that again somehow.
Yeah, so they inject her with it and they lock her up in a cage in the basement. And basically they're like taunting her a little bit. And this scene, I gotta say, man, that little girl blew me away with the
Mm.
acting in that scene. First of all, that girl is Irish. She's not even American. She did an amazing American accent. And I watched them behind the scenes. No dialect coach. She's like, I watched a lot of American TV, and that's how I learned how to do my accent. So, dude, her accent was
Yeah.
flawless. And the scene where she's sitting there and she's like ripping each of them apart, and she's just like, "You did abandon your daughter, and like, and you did
Yeah.
abandon your son." I'm like, "Oh," she was like Emperor Palpatine. She was like, "I'm afraid the Death Star would be fully operational." Like she was. That's like her like attitude was
And
like
your
evil.
friends won't be here. Yeah, like
Like you abandoned your child. Like, so that
yeah.
was really good acting from a little girl.
Some like knife cutting shit she was getting in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she knew everything about all of them and she exposed them and they're all bad people basically. And so then she's like, "Okay, we're gonna leave her down here and we'll figure out something." And Frank stays and chats with her and basically starts like toying with her. And she's like, "Listen, like I'll let you live if you let me out of here." And he's just
I
like,
love that scene. I love this scene. This was
like,
like my favorite scene. Like,
yeah,
hey, like there's 3 or 4 people left. The first one who lets me out of here, you're alive.
yeah."
Everyone else dead.
And
I
the guy
mean,
from Lost like goes first, and they're like, I'll fucking shoot you." And he's like,
yeah,
"I got to do it." And then she shoots him. He's like, "Ah!" I'm like, that was kind of dumb
I
too, but
loved it. I love
no,
that
I like the
scene.
scene too. But I just the stupid character. I don't know. I didn't like the comedy as much, but yeah. So they shoots that guy. Frank is down there by himself, taunting her a little bit, and then this scene was sick. She's just like, "You know what?" Blows the door off, and she's like, "I didn't fuck you. I could get out anytime I wanted. I just
Exactly.
wanted to see
That's why
what
I
you guys
liked
could do."
it. That's why I
Yeah.
liked it.
No, that
Yeah.
was sick. That was sick. So she blows it out. She starts attacking Frank, and then luckily Melissa Barrera, it's daytime at this point. She goes down, breaks a window, the light shines in, and hits Abigail's hand and blows her hand up. And that was
Did
cool.
Frank already turn yet at this
No,
point?
no, no.
Okay.
No. So she was going to bite Frank, and then Melissa Barrera broke the window, blows up Abigail's hand, and
That scene was cool with like the stub. I don't know how to
oh yeah,
say
it was
it.
really
It was like a
cool.
stub.
And it
It was like
grew
a
back like immediately. It started
let me
growing. She's
use
like,
my strong hand.
yeah, literally, it was that. And then Abigail told Frank, it's like, "Oh, by the way, the escape is in the library. You got to take and then there were none, the book or whatever. You need to pull
Yep.
that and
Yep.
it'll open it up." And that was a lie. So they go into the
Yeah.
but at this point, the blonde girl was bitten. So she's bitten on the
Yes.
arm.
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh shit, like is she a vampire?" And she's like, I feel okay. Like I think I'm fine." And they go into the library where there's a huge sunlight coming in, and the girl puts her hand in it and she's fine. So she's not a vampire yet. And they just hang out in the library for a while. They're like, "We need to figure out how to get the fuck out of here." Abigail's running around the house looking for them. And it then they're all kind of like fighting with each other, bickering with each other, and then they split up again.
Yeah.
And the blonde girl goes with the bad guy from Lost, and they're walking down the hallway, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
She turns.
the blonde girl turns into a vampire, and Abigail can control her, like can basically possess her and
Yeah.
control her, and makes her do a dance, and then she kills the other guy. So the big stupid funny guy from Lost, he gets killed. And then Melissa Barrera and Frank, they go and find the body, and they're just like, "Oh my God, like what's going on?" And they get into a huge fight, and they end up killing the blonde girl. They
Mm.
pull the light. Oh no, what do they do?
I
She
think they
ex
broke a window or
no,
something.
they go into the library and they're fighting, and then I don't know if it was a stake in the heart because she just explodes when they hit her or whatever. I can't
Yeah.
remember if it was a stake in the heart or the light, but oh, it was the mirror. The mirror. She
Oh, the
takes
mirror,
she
the
takes
light. Yeah.
yeah, she hits the mirror from the sun right and it hits the girl, and then she blows up. And I
I
was like,
love the blood
yeah,
when
no,
that
that was cool.
happens is awesome.
No, that's dude. I wish this movie was straight horror because a lot of the moments are sick, but then it's like undermined by like dumb jokes. But yeah. So then at this point, there's literally just Abigail, Melissa Barrera, and Frank. Yeah, and Frank. And then they do find a secret passage. So they're like, "All right, fuck, we killed the vampire. Abigail's still in here." And they find the secret passage. When they go in there, Giancarlo
Giancarlo
Esposito is
Esposito.
in
Yeah.
there, and he's just like, "Listen. you guys need to work with me. We'll kill Abigail. We'll take over this whole fucking operation. So it was like a fun little
It was
twist,
like
I guess.
doubling down. It was
Yeah.
like, let's do this. I'm
And
so sick of this
he's a
job.
vampire too. He's
Yeah.
a vampire, and we didn't know that. So he's got big blue eyes and the fangs, and he's just like they turned me and they control my life and they threaten to kill my family and stuff like that. So let's kill them and let's take over the business. And this is something that I liked.
Which makes you think like this is the first group of mercenaries that have gotten this far.
Yeah, I guess
Which is
so.
why he's like, this is my shot to like get out of this. Giancarlo Esposito. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I never really thought why these people, but yeah, and then this is the thing I didn't really understand the character motivation here. I mean, Frank is a scumbag, but he's a good guy for most of the movie, and then right when he gets to this point, he's just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Make it happen.
Turn
Make
me
it
into a
happen.
vampire. Like, I
I
don't
know.
care. And I was kind of like, what? And then I thought he was going to be good, but then he immediately turns into the main villain of the movie. And you're like, where did this come from? Like, he wasn't
Yeah,
bad.
that was the part you didn't like that much.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't like that really. Yeah, I didn't like that. I did not like that twist. I
I thought
thought
that
that
was very not his character too.
that's why they
Um,
didn't set him up to be this like he was like the male lead good guy for like 80% of the movie. And then all of a sudden it's like actually he's the real bad guy. You're like, oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
It turned to Giancarlo and then it turned to Frank real quick.
It was Abigail, then Giancarlo, then Frank. It was just like all the bad guys kept switching, and you're like, okay. So then Frank, and this was cool too, because Frank gets bitten by Giancarlo Esposito, and then instead of
Um,
just possessing him, he slices his hand and drips his blood into Frank's mouth,
which just makes it
makes
happen
him
quick.
he is
Yeah.
his own vampire now. He's not a possessed toy or whatever. So then immediately he just gets up and fucking kills John Esposito. He's like, "That's for setting me up, scumbag." And it's just like, "Oh." And then he's like, "And now I'm gonna kill you, Melissa Barrera." And you're like, "What the? Where is this coming from?" So
Right. Right. I
so he
agree with that.
kills John Esposito and then starts going for Melissa Barrera, and she's like, "Okay," and she runs away and they get to Abigail, and Abigail's like, I need your help to beat him, basically, because because if you think about it, at this point, Frank's gonna kick Abigail's ass.
Well, yeah, he's much bigger, stronger probably
And
because
now that he's a vampire, he's gonna be way stronger than a little girl vampire. Basically, you're on even
it's like
playing fields.
now you're back to like an adult and a kid
Yeah, exactly.
fighting.
So I'm like, there's no way Abigail can win this.
Yeah.
So Abigail knows that basically. She's like,
Mhm.
fuck, now that he's a vampire, I actually can't do this by myself. So she then has Melissa Barrera help her. They do this huge fight or whatever. It was pretty intense. It was like a long
It was
fight
cool.
scene. Melissa Barrera gets fucked up. She gets like a
Yeah.
stake like stabbed through her, and then Abigail
Like a
keeps getting
fire
her.
poker or whatever it was. I don't know what it was,
It
but
was
yeah.
like honestly, it was like a Dragon Ball Z fight. It was like, there's one character and they just keep like coming. One of them gets thrown on the ground. It's like Goku, no, and like runs and like starts fighting, and yeah, so it's a lot of fighting, and then they end up killing Frank. So you're like, wow, like we thought they were gonna die, but they end up actually beating Frank, which is awesome. And then as the movie's about to end, everybody's dead except for Abigail, and there's blood everywhere. The
Who
house is
shows
fucked
up?
up. Dracula or
Or
Lazar.
Lazar. Lazar shows
Lazar.
up.
He,
We'll say Dracula. I think it's Dracula. I mean, the equivalent of. So
yeah.
Dracula shows up. Daddy shows up. Daddy's home.
Yeah.
Daddy's home.
And again, should have killed her. Like, what are you doing? He's just like, he's gonna kill her. And then Abigail's like, no, that's my friend. And he's like, well, I don't want to make my daughter sad, so I guess I won't kill you. Okay, go ahead and escape and tell everybody everything about this place. Like, it was just like, fucking kill her. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even
Yeah.
presenting this issue?
Just end all loops, right? Like
If
end
I was Dracula, I'd be like, I don't really give a shit, Abigail. You already
loose
hate me. I'd be
ends.
like,
I don't like loose ends. So
Yeah, because it's like, hey, this woman made it this far. Let's say she goes back and gets a bunch of friends and comes back and fucking kills us
but
now that
that's
she
daddy
knows.
daughter there, man. That's daddy daughter. You listen to your daughter. You listen to your
Well,
daughter.
he didn't for centuries, so I don't know why
He didn't
today.
want anything to do with her. He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
do all this shit for you, but I'm not gonna be a present parent, you know?
yeah. So let's see what a month from now looks like. It's like,
I mean, dude, he's been raising this girl for 200 years. It's
well, it's
not
his fucking
18
fault that he
years. It's
bit
not
her.
18 years. It's two. I
He,
mean,
he shouldn't have bit her as a little girl. Then he's a fucking idiot.
well,
So
maybe he had a relationship with a demon,
I don't
and
know. He no, because no. She says my
he's
dad
like, "Fuck,
turned to
fuck,
me.
fuck. What do you mean you're pregnant? Oh
No.
no."
She said this is I hate this room. This is the room my dad turned me in. So she said that
Turn.
line. So her dad
Uh,
turned her into a vampire when she was a little girl in the library. So it's like Draco, this is your fault. Like if you had waited till she was an adult and did this, then she at least like is not your problem or whatever. She can go live her life. But now she's a little girl. Like she's inviting problems walking down the
yeah,
street.
this is closer to Interview with a Vampire than I'd like to admit at this point with the Kirsten Dunst, that like turning a young girl instead of like Dracula being like, what do you mean you're late? Like, oh no, like I can't have this.
Nah, yeah. So, and then she lets Melissa Barrera go, and as she's walking away, the code name, or not the name, that she says to Abigail, she's like, "My son's name is like Justin or something like that, but his name is really Caleb." But she didn't want to tell him the real name. And as she's walking away, Abigail's like, "Say hi to Justin for me." And Abigail or Melissa Barrera turns around, she's like, "It's actually Caleb," and she's like, "I know. I just wanted to see what you would say." And you're just like, "Oh, she can read your mind." And then Melissa Barrera gets in the car, puts a lollipop in her mouth, and like, ooh, wah, and
I hated the lollipop
I thought
thing.
what it was, I thought, and I looked it up, it's not this. I thought there were anti-opioid lollipops. I thought because she was a drug addict,
Oh
and
shit.
because there's a scene where she realizes she doesn't have her lollipop, and she's like, fuck, where's my lollipop? And I was like, why is she freaking out? And I was like, oh, well, she is a drug addict, and I thought that I had heard that there were anti-opioid lollipops that people could take, but I looked it up and I couldn't find them, so I don't know. I don't know what the lollipop thing was.
Interesting. Well, that you might be onto something. There might be something to do with it. Yeah,
I
100%.
thought could have swore there was a lollipop called Sublocade that was for anti-opioid users to like suck on.
To me, there's no bigger addiction than adrenaline, and this whole time she's been in this is adrenaline. So the thought of dealing with any substance she didn't care about, but after everything's calmed down, yeah, give me that fucking lollipop. Probably is my guess.
I don't know. So it was fine. It's a fine movie. I don't think it's amazing, but I thought it was pretty good. Like I think it was pretty solid, and it's just
Yeah,
another vampire movie.
it was okay.
It was okay. It
It
wasn't.
was okay.
I'm not gonna
I'm
lie to
sorry.
you. I'm not gonna tell you it was amazing or bad, but it was decent. I'm glad I saw it. I'll probably watch it again in a couple of years, but
I want to watch it again. Not this calendar year, but like yeah, October. I'm gonna give it another shot. I liked
yeah,
it. I really liked it. And can we go over the stats real quick?
yeah.
Like we mentioned, this came out April 19th, 2024. It's an hour and 49 minutes long. Its budget was 28 million. It made 43 million. So probably made
That's not
some
great.
money with marketing. No, but it did its thing. This is one of my favorite things to see. Its critic and audience score are the same at 83%. And that to me, that's my sign of a good movie when the critic and audience score matches.
And I think that's a pretty fair score. Like it's like a B
I'd give it
minus.
an 83. I'd give
Yeah.
it exactly an 83.4.
Yeah, it's
So
not bad. There's certain things that I would change, but it's
it's a
just
fun ride. It's a fun ride. And I
yeah.
did like the humor part of it. I know you were like, it takes the serious out of it, but like, come on. This kind of movie needs a little onions in a bag. Oh, that's not garlic.
I don't believe for 1 second any fucking late 20s person doesn't know the difference between garlic and onions. And she's like, I'm a master computer hacker, but I don't know what garlic and onions are. I'm just like, this is literally for the audience to be like, shut the
I believe it. I believe it.
I
There's
bet your
some.
fucking 3-year-old daughter knows the difference between onions and garlic.
I don't think so.
Oh, she's
I
fucking
don't think
three. This girl's 27 or whatever. Like, anyways, all right. Well,
that was fun.
it's a fun movie. It reminds me, honestly, not of Sinners and Dusk Till Dawn, but it's one of those movies, another vampire movie, where it's like the first half is nothing to do with vampires, and then the second half is all vampires. So it's a kind of
Yeah.
another one of those where you don't see it coming, and then they do.
It was missing if it had one other element to it. I mean, the blood was good, the action was good, storyline was good. Comedy I liked. Music. I cannot tell you what the music was in
It was
this
a
film.
swan. Barely
Barely anything. Yeah, it was a
it
little
was
like
that.
ballet, opera music, but that was
It's the
it.
Swan Lake. It was just that on
I know,
repeat.
but like I don't know. I think they could have done better with the music. That's my take. Like this movie deserved a theme, I guess. I don't know, instead of like ballet. I don't
Swan
know.
Lake was the theme for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But
My
All
take.
right. Well, what do you say you spin the wheel, Eric? What do you think of my What do you think of my Michael Myers
I
doll?
was gonna ask, what the hell is
It's
that?
Michael
And
Myers.
but what's in its eyes?
It's
Is it
Lori
candy?
holding a gun at him.
Oh, well,
I don't know
I
why.
got yours. I'm scrolling more over there.
Oh yeah, we're
You
selling
see that
all
one?
these. I
It's
see
the
it. That's
same
the piggy
bloody
bank.
eyes. Love it, love it. I don't
All
have
right,
any money
let's
in that.
go.
I have not even a penny in that. All right, let's spin the wheel. Sorry, 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 sorry. Pulling it up on the wheel. Spinning. I'm gonna do whatever's closest to this, baby. What we got? Ooh, did that? Hell House LLC.
Yes, dude.
No,
Yes.
no
I
idea. Nothing.
cannot wait. I love this series. It's so good. Let's
It's a
go.
series.
There's five of them. The fifth one just came out in October. I love these movies.
Okay.
They,
All
they
right.
are they're
I'm in.
found footage, very low budget, but I fucking especially the first one. But anyways, all right.
Look at me
All
right
right.
now. I am buckling in.
I think you'll like this. I really do. I think you'll enjoy this one. I genuinely like these movies. So,
Let's go.
okay. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening into our discussion today on Abigail, and we will see you all next week with Hell House LLC.
Woo!